KTN.
Well, we're closely following the developments happening in neighboring Tanzania. Trust KTN and in extension Standard Group to keep you updated on any developments. We'll definitely sustain the pressure to speak truth to power. To other stories making headlines in neighboring Uganda, where President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is facing mounting criticism after admitting that his government secretly detained two Kenyan activists, Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo, in what he described as fridges. The admission contradicts earlier claims by Ugandan security agencies that they did not know the activists' whereabouts. Haman Kamariki with the details.
Uganda President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni acknowledged what many feared, that Kenyan activist Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo were in Ugandan custody after being arrested on 1st of October this year. They ended up in what Museveni casually described as fridges, accusing them of trying to export activism to Uganda.
Don't have any information to the effect that they are in police custody. Nor do I have any information that they are accused by police.
That they are experts in riots. So they have come to train our people. Of course, with our very good intelligence system, they fix them up. And they have been in the fridge for some days.
A section of African leaders have warned against dictatorial leadership in the continent. Speaking during the Pan-African celebrations at Lukenya University, Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka and former Botswana President Ian Khama called for an end to state brutality.
African leaders must stop treating protesters as criminals. In the case of Kenya, in the case of my own country, a senior counsel went out there, PLO, next to community maximum prison. It is totally unacceptable when an African leader, in order to stay in power, will resort to killing his or her own people.
Lawyer Michael Hisawere says Uganda had no legal mandate to abduct or detain Kenyan citizens without due process. He adds that the activists may seek compensation.
What the government of Uganda did was actually an abuse of the fundamental rights and freedoms of the two activists. They are at liberty to move the East African Court of Justice or the African Court on Human and People's Rights and to the government of Uganda for derogation of their rights and seek for compensation.
But some of the Kenyan leaders, including Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei, defended Uganda's actions, even praising Museveni and Tanzania's Samia Suluhu for dealing firmly with Kenyan activists.
I want to ask President Museveni and President Samia Suluhu Hassan, if you get any busybodies activists who want to destabilize the sovereignty and the peace and tranquility of your country, finya hawa, warudishe nyumbani tuwamalizie.
Haman Kamariki, KTN.
Moving on.